In the Bazaars of Hyderabad is a poem written by Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was an Indian poetess and author. She was born in a Bengali family in Hyderabad. She was also a feminist and a major political figure in early 20s. She participated in various national movements. She was the first Indian woman to be the president of the Indian National Congress and to be appointed an Indian state governor. Her birthday is celebrated as the Women's Day. Her poems vividly reflect the tradition, customs, and lifestyle of her time. Her melodious poems earned her the sobriquet the Nightingale of India by Mahatma Gandhi. Summary of the poem. Sarojini Naidu was a major political figure in the Indian freedom struggle. The poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad was written as a part of the Swadeshi movement. During that freedom movement, the Indians decided to boycott European merchandise and use the Indian products instead. Through the poem, Sarojini Naidu wanted to convey the message that India is rich in tradition and they don't need the foreign goods. So, she goes on to give a picture of a bazaar where traditional Indian products are ruling. The poem is in the form of questions and answers. The poet asks the questions and the merchants answer them. Through this technique, she makes the picture of the bazaar visible to us. Line-wise explanation. What do you sell, O ye merchants? Richly your wares are displayed. Ye means you. Wares means goods. The poem begins with the poet's question to the merchants about what they are selling. She is fascinated by the way the vast array of goods are displayed. She thinks that these rich and precious products surely attract the buyers. Turbans of crimson and silver, tunics of purple brocade, mirrors with panels of amber, daggers with handles of jade. Crimson means deep red. Tunics means robes. Brocade means a rich self-embroidered cloth used for making dresses. Panels means frame. Amber, fossilized tree resin. Daggers, a sharp knife. Jade, a green colored stone. The merchants reply that they are selling crimson and silver colored turbans, purple brocade tunics, mirrors with amber frame, and daggers with handles made of jade. What do you weigh, O ye vendors, saffron and lentil and rice? The poet then visits the vendors. She asks the vendors what they are weighing for sale. The vendors reply that they are weighing saffron, lentil, and rice. What do you grind, O ye maidens? Sandalwood, henna, and spice. The poet then asks the maidens what they are grinding. The reply comes that they are grinding sandalwood, henna, and spices. What do you call, O ye peddlers? Chessmen and ivory dice. Peddlers meaning salesmen. Chessmen meaning pawns. Ivory dice meaning a dice that is made up of the tusk of an elephant. And now the peddlers are asked what they are calling as their trade cry. They say that they are selling pawns and dice made from ivory for the game of chess. What do you make, O ye goldsmiths? Wristlet and anklet and ring. Goldsmiths means a person who makes or sells articles made of gold. Wristlet means bracelet. The poet now goes up to the goldsmiths and asks them what they are making. They say that they are making wristlet, anklet, and ring to adorn people. Bells for the feet of blue pigeons, frail as a dragonfly's wing. Frail meaning delicate. They then add that they also make bells to be tied to the feet of the blue pigeons. And these bells are as thin and lightweight as the wings of a dragonfly. Girdles of gold for dancers, scabbards of gold for the king. Girdles meaning waistband. Scabbards meaning sheaths of metal for the swords. They are also making golden waistband for the dancers and golden sheaths for keeping the king's swords. What do you cry, O ye fruitmen? Citron, pomegranate, and plum. Citron means a lemon-like juicy fruit. The poet in the poem In the Bazaars of Hyderabad now asks the fruit sellers what fruits are they selling. They answer that they are selling citron, pomegranate, and plum. What do you play, O you musicians? Sitar, sarangi, and drum. Now, as the poet passes by, she asks the musicians what instruments they are playing. They reply that they are playing sitar, sarangi, and drum. What do you chant, O magicians? Spells for eons to come. Eons meaning divine powers. After that, the poet goes to the magicians and asks them what they are chanting. He replies that he is chanting the spells to bring in the divine power that would help him perform magical tricks. What do you weave, O ye flower girls, with tassels of azure and red? Tassels meaning strands of flower, azure meaning deep blue. In the last stanza of the poem, the poet asks the flower girls what they are weaving with the azure and red tassels. Crowns for the brow of a bridegroom, chaplets to garland his bed. Crowns meaning circlets, chaplets meaning garlands. The flower girls answer that they are making garlands for the head of the groom and to adorn his bed. Sheets of white blossoms, new garnered to perfume the sleep of the dead. Blossoms meaning flowers, new garnered meaning fresh, perfume meaning scent, and sleep here means death. They add that they are also making sheets of newly brought white flowers to decorate and scent the dead man's grave. Thus, the poet Sarojini Naidu represents an Indian market to give us a sense of the rich Indian heritage. This poem was her protest against the European products and an appreciation of her own goods.